Everybody, welcome to the May 21st, 2025 Historic District Commission meeting. Thanks for your patience as I flew through the door from work. For those that don't know me, my name is Rika Miner. I'm the chairman of the commission. So what I normally do to start, I'm like catching my breath. Oh, okay. What I normally do is I just read a very brief welcoming remarks for those that have not been to the commission meeting before. Kind of gives an overview of the format of the meeting, and then we'll get into the full meeting. So that's my plan. So without further ado, the meeting will start here, note purposes, at 5:33 p.m. So good evening, all. Thank you so much for being here in person and being on Zoom to our May meeting of the Historic District Commission. My name is Regan, and I'm the chairman of the commission. Just to note, this meeting is being recorded. If you're not speaking and those are on Zoom, we just ask that you mute yourself to prevent any sort of background noise. Our meeting tonight will be broken up into two sections. The public hearing will be first, and the regular meeting will be second. The public hearing is the opportunity for applicants to present their application and for the commission members to ask questions. Once the public hearing closes, the regular meeting will begin. The regular meeting is where the commission discusses and votes on applications. Applicants are welcome to stay during the regular meeting, but are not permitted to speak or provide any more information regarding their application. And it's not required that you stay during the regular meeting. You're invited to, but you do not have to. Regardless, all applicants will receive written notification regarding the commission's decision the next business day. Any questions before we continue? Okay. Everyone on Zoom good? Everybody. Awesome, cool. All right, without further ado, we're going to move into the public hearing portion of our meeting. So the public hearing will commence at 5:34 p.m. And we will start with the first COA on our agenda, which is 185 Broadway. Is there anyone here to speak on behalf of that application? I think so. I'll ask again if there's anyone on Zoom or in person here to speak on behalf of 185 Broadway. And just a third time for good measure, anyone speaking on behalf of 135 Broadway. I can provide a little bit of context for this application. Since I had spoken with the applicant a little bit via email, and I actually spoke with the applicant and the homeowner via email. This is just a very routine electrical replacement and upgrade to the property. This was done prior to the commission meeting because NPU had deemed the existing electrical system unsafe and they needed to do an emergency repair. So this has already been completed. The interior electrical box has already been upgraded, and the outside box has also been upgraded. And when I spoke with the homeowner and the applicant, or excuse me, the homeowner and the contractor, I just asked for them to follow our guidelines and, paint the box wiring the same color as the property to make sure that it is not too visible and they were like, so I asked them to still submit an application just for our own records, but this was done already as an emergency repair for NPUs. So I just wanted to give an update on that. Anyway, moving forward, we can continue with COA 572 11 Huntington Lane, and I believe we have some friends here to talk about that application. So Bethany and Alex, go for it. The floor is yours.
Hello. We have quite a simple request. The property we currently sit on, 11 Huntington Lane, originally was two plots of land. Both were purchased by Bethany's recent ancestors and turned into one plot. There is a wall, a dry stone wall that separates the two plots. It's been significantly altered in the past. We would like to have remedial work made to that wall so that it looks as good as the day it went up, but also add an addition to it. So currently the wall is quite disruptive in regards to our activity here. We have to make quite a right detour to get around the wall to interact with either side of the property. So we'd like to put approximately a 3-foot gap in the wall near to the house itself, so that we can have a more efficient and effective way of traveling between the two plots. It'll also help future-proof the property, as we plan to be here until our time to go to heaven arrives. And it's such a detour to get around the wall that I do sometimes worry that when we're in our 70s or 80s, it'll create a bit of a challenge to get to this adjacent bit of land. We're hiring a person who's done work on the property before, a gentleman called Richard Revere, who I believe some of you might be familiar with. The wall itself is approximately 120 feet from the road. It stands, I do apologize for this, approximately 50 centimeters tall. So it's not an item that I would say is that clearly seen. So this 3-foot gap, we don't think would have any detriment on the visual landscape.
Great, thank you so much, Alex. Appreciate it. Any members of the commission have questions for Alex and Bethany?
I do have one, Alex, for Bethany, both of you. I'm assuming this is for ease of use or maintenance of the back property, correct?
Yes, so I travel between the little bit of woodland we have and the large grass area quite frequently. I'm either mowing, I'm trying to deal with invasive species in that woodland, and hoiking the lawnmower between the two.
And the wheelbarrow.
And the wheelbarrow, just traveling between the two areas is significantly made more difficult by the wall, which we don't want to lose at all. But the extra distance it puts walking around the wall is, when you combine it, it's quite time consuming.
Yeah. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, but is 3 feet enough? That's a pretty narrow gap. And at some point, if you find that it's not enough, would you want to make another application to widen it again? Is that something that you just want to?
Well, we measured the lawnmower and the wheelbarrow, and that seems to fit very easily in a 3-foot gap. So I don't know that
we are trying to minimize the impact on the wall. We don't want to lose any more than we have to.
Yeah.
We don't intend it to be used for vehicles. It's purely for wheelbarrow.
Vehicular access was already created at some point in the mid-20th century when they reduced the length of the wall quite a lot in the back, actually towards Megan's property, to be able to fit a vehicle into that second plot. So yeah.
Thank you.
Questions for Dane, Megan, Sean, any questions?
I've no questions. Nice that you lined it up with the existing walkway, so comment. Good.
Yeah, we thought that would be the best way to, both in practical terms and aesthetically. So yeah, just lining it up with a path.
Oh yes, yeah, just to
yeah,
have a direct. We wouldn't even plan to lay extra path. We keep the grassland either side, as it were.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Like I said before, you're welcome to stick around, but you also don't have to. Either way, you'll be getting an email from me.
okay.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you both.
Thank you. Okay, moving forward on our agenda, our next COA application is COA 573, 55 East Town Street. And I believe we have someone here representing this application. So Tom, I will turn the floor to you, my friend.
Yeah, fine. Well, according, you all have the application ready. The addition, which covers our kitchen and part of our laundry room, was done in around 1960. And there are some photos from when the property went on the National Register of Historic Places. And it shows that although it can't really see the top of it, it certainly is there, because otherwise we would have been inundated every time it rains or snows. It was referred to in the notes as a modern roof, 1960, and it's rolled rubber and having spoken to Tim Dowan on a phone call, he said there, past chair, he said there was no provisions for rolled roofing in the 1800s requirement, and so I just sent as many pictures as I could, and I went up to Mediterranean Lane and shot through the bushes, and you can hardly see it, and from the street, all you can see is the white flashing around it, so it's just a one-to-one transfer of get out the old and put in the new and pay for something that looks the same as it was. So not leaking.
It's just redoing them, sorry.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah, you're fine.
just redoing that portion. the
Yeah,
rolled rubber.
that's it. And we're gonna have it slide underneath the sloped roof where the shingles are, so that it'll give it a better water prevention from getting into the closet below, which is what alerted us to the situation. The closet in my studio, which I don't go into unless I'm doing a program, and I went out to get the program, and there was water and black mold.
Oh,
And
no.
God, it was just horrible. So we still have plastic in the roof on the inside and plastic on the walls, because my builder wanted to see if we would have, if he had fixed it with the silver paint that he put on. And during one of the storms, probably, I think it was in March, the wind drove in from the west and found just enough to put droplets in. And that just made the hair on every part of me stand up. So I said, we got to do this now. I'm hoping you will agree that it's better than having me have black mold and
Yeah, we don't want that.
No.
No, we don't want that.
Any further questions from members of the commission for Tom? And Sean, you guys good?
thank
Easy.
you. Thanks for listening.
Appreciate the
Yeah.
thoroughness of the applications and appreciate you being here.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for having me.
Yep, thanks, Tom.
Like I said, you're welcome to stay, or if you want to head out.
Oh,
that's fine.
I've got programs tomorrow. I do music full time.
Yeah. Say hi to Ann for us.
I will indeed. Good to see you.
Talk to
Thank
you
you
soon.
for listening. Thanks for having me.
I will email you, Tom.
Okay. Thanks, Brittany.
My pleasure. Okay, great. Moving forward here, our last COA on the agenda is COA 574-49. COA 574-49 Washington Street. And I believe you our applicant?
Yes.
Wonderful. Nice to meet you, Glenn.
Nice
So
to meet
I will
you.
turn the floor over to you.
All right. I took a lot of photographs.
Yeah, that was great. We appreciate
There might be
thoroughness.
too many, but I figured I better take more just in case,
Always
rather
helpful.
than not enough.
Yeah, that was great.
But I have been here to kind of point out to you where the gutters will go and the downspouts.
Mhm.
And this first one shows that the color will match. I don't have to paint the gutters
That's great.
because they come in a color that matches the house. He held it up and it looked like an exact match. So that was good. However, this is the style that is like the gutter guard,
Mhm.
which is more expensive. And for now, I just opted for, and it's not going to be white, like I said, it'll match the beige color in the house. But this is like a white one, but this is the style of gutter that I'll put on.
Let me see if I can hold it closer to the camera so I can show
Sure.
more folks online. All right, forgive me, guys. So this is gonna be the exact match
Of color.
of color. Try not to. Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
Great. And then this will be the gutter style. Camera keeps zooming in on me. There we go.
So the difference in the style is just got enough lip on it. So. And
Yeah,
see-
one's-
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
please.
Sure. The lighter colored one, which
Yeah.
is white,
Okay.
is the style.
Yeah.
And this one isn't the style, but it's to show that the
Right.
color matches the house.
Got it. Okay.
Did you?
No, no.
No, okay. And then this next photograph is I think you wanted various photos of the front of the house from different angles. So this one shows the front of the house, and I cannot really point out
Mm,
any spot where you would see the gutters or the downspouts.
mhm.
And I think I wrote that in my application that the front of the house, you're not really gonna see any of the gutters. Maybe a little bit from a certain angle, you
Sure.
might see a little bit of a gutter or a downspout. But from this front angle, you're not really gonna see anything. 'Cause the gutters and downspouts are gonna be really on the sides of the house rather than on the front or the back.
Front elevation.
No.
Yeah, because the house is turned, so it's
Yeah.
not, it's technically, yeah, you're going on the sides, but yeah.
Yeah, it's an angle.
Yeah.
But all these trees kind of block where one of the downspouts is gonna be.
Right.
But I have a different picture of the front of the house where I drew red magic marker to show where you might see a little bit of a downspout on each side, right there and over there. You'll probably see a little bit of the downspouts.
Yeah. So in red marker, guys, we're gonna see the
Spouts are gonna be the same. color
the
anyway, right?
downspouts
Downspouts will be the same color anyway, right?
Red.
towards the front.
Downspouts.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same color as the house. But I signified them in red magic marker in the downspouts.
Understood.
Yeah,
And again, this is redundant because I just wanted to
Yeah.
make more than not enough.
Hey, it's
Um,
always better to have more.
Yeah, this is what we call going above and
Yeah.
beyond. Which is always nice.
Thank you.
Oops, sorry, the camera got funky. Here we go. Oop. Guys, can you see that
It
okay?
moves with your voice.
Oh, that's not.
That's, yeah, that's what
That's
I'm
nice.
trying.
So I won't talk when I hold it up.
And so that's the
North side.
north side on the front of the house. So the front, but there's north side. And this is the south side. And I drew in the red a little bit where you might see the downspout in that little red spot. But that's the south side, but mostly the front of the house, but a little bit
Mhm.
the southern side.
So this is the southern side. I'm gonna say this now so that when I get to the camera, you guys can see.
It's still the front of the house, but kind of from a southern angle.
got it.
And that's from a distance, and I took one a little bit closer up. If you were closer,
Mhm.
you'd see where I have red again is the downspout. But that's a closer shot of the same thing, and this is even closer. If you were to be on my property close enough to it, that's where.
Trying not to talk. And it's still following me. You guys can see.
And then these are two. The instructions said like 2 houses away on an angle. Which 2 houses away, I don't think you'd be able to even see my house, but I stood in front of the house next to me and took it, and there's a tree there, and you wouldn't see any gutters or
Yeah.
downspouts at all.
Mhm.
From that angle, nor this is kind of closer up, same angle, but closer up, and you still would not see anything. From that
That
angle.
tree is definitely. covering us.
Yeah. And that lower part of the house that you can see in that photo, that's not gonna have any visible gutters or downspouts on it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Cause there's already one built in. So that front part of the house that you can see in that photo, you will not see any gutters or downspouts on that part of the house. it's the lower level of the house, and the main part of the house is higher up above that. So that's like the basement level.
Yeah,
And now here we're at the back of the house, so way away from the road. You won't really be able to see any of this from the street. Again, back of the house, the north side, I drew the blue magic marker is the length of the gutters. And then again, the red is showing where the downspout would be.
gotcha. Gotcha. So blue is where the gutter would be and red.
Downspout would be.
Green. So blue is where the gutter would be, red is where the downspout would be. Oops, sorry.
And that's the farthest back of the house you can go.
Let's see.
That's like the mud room, actually. And this is just another one closer up. I
Great.
don't know if you
I think
has any
Yeah.
value to it
No,
because
we-
it's
that one showed everything.
yeah,
so.
it's the same
This
thing
is
as
just a close up of the one you guys just saw.
yeah.
Feels like everything else you're showing right now isn't even public.
No, it's not. And then this again, this would not be visible at all from the street whatsoever.
Mhm.
And I'm showing again, that's the downspout from the prior photo
Mhm.
right there. But then this shows farther toward the street, but still not visible from the street.
Mhm.
This is where there's going to be a gutter
Okay.
right there where the blue is.
And blue is where the gutter is, red is downspout.
Very thorough. Thank you.
All right, cool. This is very helpful, Glenn. Thank you for all
Sure.
of these images.
Absolutely.
This is great.
And do you see how this blue gutter, where I put the blue
Mhm.
showing the gutter, and there's a tree right here?
Yeah.
Well, I also showed you on the other side of the tree, which is toward the front of the house. It's not on the front of the house, but this is the front of the house right here.
Yeah.
But this is still a side of the
Mhm.
house.
Gotcha.
And that's showing again the gutter and a downspout, which is a continuation of, it's really a continuation of this, but on the other side of the tree.
I gotcha. I gotcha. So it's almost like let me do this. So it's a continuation of that picture.
Yeah. And this is really a duplicate.
Mhm.
Now, on the south side of the house, again, not very visible from the street. It's not the front of the house, it's the side, but it's the other side now. From
Mhm.
what I just showed you, this
Yeah.
is now the other side of the house, south side. And I drew in, because actually, you see this roof?
Mhm.
It looks like it goes along this roof. But there's actually, you can't tell, but there's another roof here that goes above the porch.
Oh, okay.
So the rain is going to run down the main part of the roof onto the lower roof, which is the covers the porch. So that's where the gutter has to be. So it's a little confusing. You might think this gutter is on this. It is going to catch all the water running off of this main roof, but then it's going to hit the lower roof that goes over the porch.
Okay.
And again, I drew the blue and the downspout's going to be over there.
These are all new, you're not replacing existing.
I'm not replacing any gutters because there's no gutters when
Right.
yeah. And that's the first thing I thought. This house needs gutters.
Especially when you're against that ledge.
Yeah.
And, that water has to go somewhere.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay.
Sorry, did you say there was no gutters at all there, right?
No,
Not in the whole
There was-
house?
Nope,
That's crazy. Okay, that's what I thought. Just
yeah,
checking.
that's what I thought.
So getting water in the
Okay.
basement?
No water in the basement,
No.
luckily.
I know.
And now this. So. This is what I was talking about before, the main part of the roof.
Yep.
And then this is the porch roof right here.
Okay.
The porch ends right here on the right-hand side
Mhm.
of the house. But again, this isn't the front of the house, this is the side of the house. So this is kind of a continuation, only this is larger.
Yeah.
But you can see this is that lower roof that covers the porch, which ends right here.
Mhm.
But beyond that, you've got a little bit more of the house beyond that point. So there'll be a separate gutter here.
Mhm.
This is a gutter up here, which I just showed you in this picture, which is on the lower part of the roof that covers the porch. This is the porch, and then this is the gutter for the remainder of the house going back. And this is going back on the property. This direction would be the front of the property. This is the back of the property. So again, and you know what? I drew in 2 downspouts because I forgot if he said the downspout was going to be here or here.
Gotcha.
But here you basically hit the ground.
Yeah.
So I can't remember if he said he was going to put it here or here. That's the
Okay.
only thing today. I'm like, uh-oh.
Good to be covered either way.
Yeah.
And then this is just, you guys saw this one before, but this is just a repeat of the back side. The porch.
And because I was so thorough, I took another picture of this, but just showing it maybe a little bit better, but it's in black and white because I ran out of ink.
Fair.
Yeah, I could tell.
Okay, so this is black and white.
Basically the
Of what you
same thing
just
you
saw.
just saw, but a little bit better of a angle, I think.
The downspout was in red, gutters in blue.
And that's at the very back of the house, on the side of the house, which is the south side. That is it.
Wonderful.
And did you need me to read anything about like the materials or anything from the
I believe I saw it in the application. I think it was an aluminum gutter. Yeah.
aluminum? You know, I'm thinking I could get by with aluminum since they're not going to be really seen from the street. That was the gist I got
Mm-hmm.
from the literature.
Mm-hmm.
They're high flow gutters, including heavy duty gutter stud mounting brackets, lifetime guarantee to never sag or pull away from the home. As I said, the color of the gutters and downspouts will match the color of the house. They're 3-inch by 4-inch aluminum downspouts using Klaus Larson. That's the company that's doing it. And Klaus Larson wide mouth outlets, which I guess gives better, more capacity for the water to go from the gutter into the downspouts. And gutters will be installed using strap system. And I said, as I already stated, no gutters are required on the front of the house. Gutters will only be on 2 sides of the house, the left and the right side of the house, which are going to be mostly obscured by trees, especially on the north side of the house.
And thank you for being so thorough. We really appreciate it. Makes our lives, jobs a lot easier. So thank you for all the images and great application. Thank you.
Sure, absolutely. And I mean, I have some The brochures don't show too much because they're also a roofing company, so a lot of this is about their roofing.
Sure.
But it does show this wide, here's the gutter, here's the downspout, and it's a wide, I don't know what you call this piece. So it can handle more, it can handle more water running from the gutters into the downspout. It's extra wide.
Cool. You guys want to see?
I think that's
Wonderful.
it, unless you guys have any questions.
Any questions from members of the commission?
No.
I think you've covered everything,
No.
Glenn, so
Yeah,
thank you.
there you go.
This is huge.
I'm a thorough guy.
This is great. We appreciate it. Like I said, it makes our life easier. So this is
Good.
great. Thank you.
Well,
So you're welcome to stick around if you'd like to. But obviously you're not required to. Either way, I'll be emailing you and letting you know
okay. Do you have any idea when I can expect a decision?
tonight.
Oh, tonight?
Yeah, I'll be emailing you probably in about 2 hours.
All right, I guess I'll take off then,
Sounds like a plan.
unless you
So
want me to stay.
you are more than welcome to, but like I said, it is not required.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. It was nice meeting you all.
It was
Thanks,
nice to
Glenn.
meet you as
Thank you.
well.
Nice to meet you.
And welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back in Norwich after all these years.
Neat. That's awesome. I'd like to hear that. That's wonderful.
All right.
So, any other business that needs to be brought up in the public hearing? All right, any further questions, guys, for Glenn before he takes off? All right. Cool.
Okay,
Awesome. Thank you, Glenn.
thank you.
Have a wonderful evening.
Thanks, you too.
So with that being said, I'm going to close the public hearing at 6:04 PM. And we'll move into our regular meeting. So the first item on our agenda during the regular meeting, action COAs. Around here. Okay, thank you. Okay, so first item on the agenda is COA 571, 185 Broadway. I would entertain a motion to accept the application as submitted.
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second? Tyler, a second. Awesome. Any discussion on the application?
Already been done.
It's already been done. Yeah, and it was a emergency safety repair because I guess according to NPU, and I will trust their word, the old electrical system could have combusted.
How did they find it, do you know?
I don't know. I didn't ask that. I don't know if it was a routine inspection sort of thing. Obviously the homeowner had brought in a contractor and
Yeah.
NPU was involved, so.
With the amount of house fires we've had, you would think that, yeah, people might want to take a look at their electrical systems and have them inspected, so.
Especially ground.
Especially.
Great. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, I will do a roll call vote and I'll start with our friends on Zoom. So Megan, I'll start with you.
Yes.
Sean?
Yes.
Thank you. Tyler?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
And I also vote in favor, so the motion passes unanimously. Everybody? So next item on the agenda is COA 572, 11 Huntington Lane. I would entertain a motion to accept the application as presented and seconded.
So moved.
Jane, is there a second?
Second,
Oh, he beat you. Megan, sorry.
fine, forget it. Take it back.
Any discussion?
I can just corroborate because I walk Pip on Huntington Lane every day that you can barely see this wall that we're talking about. And
I
frankly,
mean, I can see it
from
in
your
my
house.
backyard.
Yeah. So I think it's fine.
Yeah, Bethany and Alex had contacted me to basically, yeah, should we submit for this? I said, yeah, that'd probably be the best thing to do. But yeah, you can barely see it from the road, and it's doesn't affect the house, it's affects the wall in the back, so.
And their contractor is very well esteemed and renowned.
Oh, yeah,
for their-
there's,
No, I'm good.
Cool. All right, well then I will move forward with the roll call vote. I'll start with you again, Megan,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
me,
yes.
and I also vote yes. The motion passes unanimously. Thanks, everybody. Next up is COA 573, 55 East Town Street. I would also entertain a motion to accept the application as written.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Okay.
I think Ed got the second this time. Great. Any discussion on the application?
Sounds like right?
It's like for like.
Doesn't even need a COA. Kind of.
Technically not, but it's better to do it than not do it.
Yeah.
Understood.
The wonderful thing is our building department will not give him a permit.
So it's like,
Even though it's like for like.
okay.
So it's been, I'm been grateful that they've been so diligent about any for them, they refer to us immediately, so that's cool. So, yeah, it's a pretty standard replacement, so. Any further questions from folks online? All right, cool. All right, I'll do the roll call vote. Megan,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Yes.
me,
Yes.
and I also vote yes. Motion passes unanimously. And the last one here on the agenda. COA 574, 409 Washington Street. I would entertain a motion to accept the application as presented and submitted.
Okay, fine. I'll move to accept it. Yeah.
Is there a second?
Second.
Yay!
Yay.
Thanks, Megan.
You're welcome.
Any discussion on the application?
So just to clarify, they're
Oh,
all
no.
going to be painted the exact same color as the house.
Correct.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you want to look at the photos again?
No.
I was gonna say, if you have questions, then you might not be paying attention.
I appreciate how thorough he was. And he sent like 35 photos, which was impressive and most welcome. So that was great.
I understand he's taken the effort to make it as, obvious or not obvious as possible. And it's not being shown from the road.
Yeah.
Is there any, with my lack of knowledge of like every detail of our requirements, is there any reason for the people that have been here longer to say no on this one?
We've accepted aluminum gutters on other properties. Obviously the preferred material is like wood or copper, but we also understand that that is not always a feasible option for people. So aluminum has been.
So there's precedent then.
Yeah, and there was nothing on there to start with, so.
Yeah, it's not like he's replacing the wood gutter with the aluminum gutter. Then I'd cringe a little bit, but at this point, there was nothing to replace it with, so we should be fine, at least in my opinion. All right, any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, I will go for the roll call. Megan, I'll start with you again.
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
Dean.
Yes.
Vote yes, motion passes unanimously. Maybe next time I'll start with Cash and see if he wants to vote.
Actually, he growled at some of the photos, so he's probably a no.
That's fine.
He wants full copper.
Yeah, there you go. Moving forward here, approval of minutes of the Wednesday, April 16th, 2025 regular meeting. I entertain a motion to accept the minutes as submitted.
Move to accept them.
Dane, is there a second?
Second.
Tyler, any discussion on the minutes? Other than just thank you, Catherine. Okay, great. Hearing none, I will do the roll call. So Megan, I'll start. Well, or maybe I should say cash because he's ready to vote. Megan?
Yes.
Sean?
Yes.
Thank you. Tyler?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Yes, and it's passed. Thanks again, Catherine. Appreciate you. The only thing I have to say under chairman's report is just a big welcome to Sean, who this is his first meeting as a member of the Historic District Commission. So welcome to Sean. Happy to have you here. And this is also Megan's first meeting. So welcome, Megan. Also happy to have you here. That's very nice to have a full commission. We have another commissioner, Nancy, who normally comes, so she's not here today, but we have a full roster, which is delightful, and work with everybody.
Excellent.
Greg is not on the commission anymore, no, or
No,
Greg
Johnson.
Greg Johnson, yes.
Yeah.
It's always confusing. Greg Johnson is still on the
Okay.
commission. He's currently serving as our vice chairman,
Yeah.
but he is traveling for work this week. He's on the West Coast, so he's like, by the time I
Oh,
call
so
in,
yeah, he
it's-
he couldn't get here even if he wanted to.
it's not gonna work, even with Zoom. But yeah, Greg Johnson's also. So it's wonderful to have everybody here, and that's all I had to say under chairman's report. Is there anything under old business anyone wants to bring up?
I just had a question on the last time we talked about the way that the owner wanted to fix the roof on the chimney. And
Right.
it was leaking and we
Yeah.
said, no,
Mhm.
but there's other ways to do it. I mean, as far as I can tell, nothing has happened yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard from them. I did send the email and I gave them a ton of resources and a really nice like response and said, you know, feel free to call me, or talk to me, like we want to help. I have nothing.
Okay, because my concern was, you know, what if they went ahead and did it somehow?
Yeah.
Or, let me rephrase, what if they did not do it
Mm,
and they continue to get damage,
right.
right? And then could they come after the city? No. What I wanted to hear was, oh no, we gave them these recommendations, we sent them
Yeah.
this information, so that makes.
Yeah, I sent them a lot of resources that the state has on their historic preservation website as well. And
Yeah.
I guidelines again and just give them the whole 9 yards
Very
and
good.
of how to move forward.
Thank
And told them to contact me if they have questions. Tried to make it as, you know, the couch the rejection as as kindly as I could.
I think the important part was that you made the recommendation.
Yeah.
You know, talk to these people, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that. I think
Yeah.
that is important to tell them.
Just needed more.
We absolutely did.
Yeah, and I said that in my email. And I said if you want to resubmit, we would just require this additional information from you. Not heard, I can certainly follow up and poke them and see if it's still something we want to pursue. But at this moment,
It's on them now.
Yeah, I don't think there's any point. in us going back to that. My opinion.
any new business to bring before the commission? Hearing none, I believe our next regular meeting,
Yeah, I told them, I didn't realize I never updated on the
It's
agenda.
on.
It's June 18th.
June 18th. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Catherine. Our
It's
next,
correct everywhere else.
so our next meeting is June 18th. It'll be hybrid again, and at 5:30. That's all I got, folks. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Jane, thank you. Is there a second?
Oh, no, this one.
We gotta give Sean.
Second.
Yay, Sean, the second one. Woo! And I will do the roll call for the final time this evening. So Megan,
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
Jane,
Yes.
and me vote in favor. Thank you, everybody. We are adjourned at 6:16 p.m. Hope you all have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
See you.
I got
Good night, everyone.